I'm Dr. Sangeeta Saxena, a gynecologist and a sexuality and personal safety educator. Along with Dr. Shoiba, we started Enfold in 2001 to impart comprehensive sexuality education to our adults, the adult stakeholders, including doctors and judges and social workers and counselors, teachers and parents, as well as to children. This is because there is a lot of misconception about what exactly is sexuality education, what is comprehensive about it, and when we should start. There are things being said about sexuality education that it is westernizing our youth, or it is anti-Indian tradition, or it was, in the name of modernity, we are breaking the value systems of our culture. It is anti-family, anti-marriage, pro-abortion, pro-whatnot, and things like, a 3-year-old is being told by a counselor to touch themselves in their genitals and experience and see whether they feel pleasure or not. So there are many things that are going on. Now the point is that this whole education is based to strengthen the value system, to strengthen the sense of values like respect. See, so far we have always heard this, respect your elders. We are taking it a step beyond that and saying respect everyone. Every human being is deserving of respect, including children. Because when it comes to sexual abuse of children, the perpetrator is usually older than the child, whom the child has been told to respect. My contention is that respect is such a beautiful thing. Why restrict it only for elders? And in our culture, we respect a book, a river, a plant. So we teach children to respect each and themselves as well as each and every part of their body. And genitals are not left out. They're given a name, an age-appropriate name. Susu place, potty place. If you don't want to say yoni, shishna, see, we don't even know the proper words in our mother tongue. That has been the effect of gender bias over the years and silence around sexuality. So children don't know the proper words. A 6-year-old told the mother that uncle is touching me in my flower, touching my flower, and the mother thought that it's a flower in the garden. She's forgotten that at 3 years of age, she told the child that your genitals, she just said, this part is called a flower. When the abuse became severe, then the mother realized, oh, the child had reported unsafe touch so many months ago. So we need to get over this. Now this shame, this stigma, this guilt around sexuality, we are putting it into our children. Children as young as 3-year-olds. A father told me that my parents tell my son, 3-year-old son, that if you touch your penis, we will cut it off. What is the psychological impact of such fear? And when we talk of pleasure, nobody can put pleasure there. I'm a gynecologist. I've studied the brain. The nerves that arise in the genitals go all the way to the brain. They go to a part of the brain that is the sexual part of the brain. And unlike any other part, when this part is touched, it produces a feeling of pleasure. That is nature's design. It's like when you put sweet in the mouth, you experience sweetness. Now, should I guilt the child for experiencing this sweetness? Make them feel ashamed of it? Or tell them how to manage this when you are faced with so much cake and laddus and jalebis? What do you do? So that is what sexuality education is about. Learn about your body, the parts of the body, the functions of the body, respect it, learn about others' bodies functions. Menstruation is not something yucky, not something sinful, dirty or bad that you can't enter a temple because of it. If you want to go, go. Why should anyone else stop you? Right? So that is the kind of thing that we explain to children. Where and how and when to touch yourselves. What are the social etiquettes around it? Social etiquettes around clothing, around touching, around talking. So these are presented as rules, with exceptions of course when you need help and care. But otherwise there are rules, and they're covered by our POCSO law, Protection of Children from Sexual Offences law. There are consequences. And we also say that, we teach them just like traffic rules to children without any guilt or shame. Just by learning traffic rules, you learn to use the road in a safe manner. Just like that, when you learn these personal safety rules, which are part of sexuality education, then you become a safe person. You will not touch others in an unsafe way. You won't pull down a child's clothing and laugh at that child. That often happens in 3rd, 4th grade. A group of boys will pull down the pants of a classmate and laugh at him. What is this? Where is accountability? Where is responsibility? Where is respect for the other person's bodies? So we teach all of this, and similarly the talking and the touching, talking and clothing rules. There is nothing that is encouraging the child to go and touch others, go and sexualize yourself. No. Comprehensive sexuality education is about learning the parts of your body, how they function, bodies of other sexes, learning about genders, all the various genders that there are. It is about learning how sexual activity happens, learning how it happens, right? And what are the consequences, and what about infections, HIVs and STIs, and what are the broad preventive measures, because this is often given before the child turns 18, right? So that they are prepared and they know what to expect and what may happen when sexual activity happens or a marriage happens and things like that. It is something that is not imported from the West. India is known as the land that originated sexuality education. We have various texts written. We have it sculpted into our temples of learning, because these were temples of learning. Everything happened here, right? And the education was even then age appropriate. So you have these in Khajuraho, in Konark, in so many temples. You have a very clear depiction of various sexual acts, the sexual organs, but they are placed at a height where a child only after they have reached a certain height can actually see those sculptures clearly and understand what is being depicted, including Ardhanarishwar and various other ways of being. So sexuality education is nothing new. What has happened is, over the years, for various reasons, we stopped talking about it in our homes. We lost the words for it. I'm a gynecologist. I don't know the Hindi word for, say, the fallopian tube, the fimbria. I don't know, right? So what is happening is that the parents are not talking about it. No family member is talking about it. And children are going to school, and there, once they reach puberty and onwards, they're experiencing attraction. All kinds of things are happening in the school, and the school is like, what do I do? What do we do? We have 6th graders opening fake Insta accounts, putting pictures of their classmates, morphing them. Who's going to look at all this? Who's going to address it? So the government had not put it into the textbooks yet. A little bit is there about the systems in 8th grade onwards, but nothing much about it, how to deal with it, the feelings and all. Feelings of attraction are not talked about, nothing. So the schools were very happy when NGOs like ours go and say, we will talk to the children, these are the things we will cover. And so they start taking our sessions, sexuality education sessions. We conduct sessions for teachers, for parents, for non-teaching staff, on what are their obligations under the POCSO Act. So many things we do. All with respect, all with the idea that the child develops a positive relationship with their body, with their sexuality, with who they are, don't feel guilty about it, are not apologetic, fearful, or dying by suicide because of it. They also learn how to interact with others in a respectful manner, not use words that are sexual plus derogatory plus they insult people. No. How to approach this whole vast area of sexuality, which is a part of their life. It was part of their life from birth. It will remain so till the end of their lives, with respect, without guilt, understanding and accepting it. Why do I say that it's from birth? Just like you will agree with me that children are visual. Most children are born with the ability to see, but they can't yet see color. Their vision is not so good, but they are visual at birth. The stimuli go in, light goes in, the brain is activated, they can see light. Similarly, children are born with the genitals. They could be female, male or intersex variations. These genitals are supplied with nerves and blood vessels right from birth onwards. So when the child touches these parts, the stimulus goes, activates the sexual part of the brain and they experience pleasure. Now what do we need to do? Teach the child social etiquettes around sexuality. Where to touch, when to touch, how much to touch, what all. Yeah? So that is what sexuality education is about. To manage your sexuality in a responsible manner, without harming yourself or the other, without carrying guilt or shame about it, accepting it, respecting it, and respecting the other. Where is the harm in this? If we are not doing it, children are getting it. So many movies, so many advertisements, so many songs promote sexual violence, non-consent, breaching boundaries, right? And now with internet, children as young as 6-year-olds are able to access the internet, sometimes accidentally. Who's talking to them about it? Without making them wrong, but teaching them how to navigate with safety and responsibility and accountability. That is what we are doing. It's also said that sex education, sexuality education is teaching children to be trans, to be homosexual, to be diverse and take pride in that. Now, this indicates a basic, ignorance about how sexual orientation develops, how gender identity develops. There are strong biological factors at play in both of them. There are very strong social factors also that come into play for gender identity, but homosexuality remains more or less an entirely biologically determined condition, or anybody's sexual orientation. Now, many people take their heterosexual orientation as a norm. They don't realize that that is the way their brain is wired. And homosexuality, why I am saying this is because homosexuality is found in nature, in almost all species studied, from lions to cattle to giraffe to birds. So homosexuality is there. Not only is homosexual orientation seen in nature, homosexual parenting is seen in nature among penguins. So it is not something that is contrary, against the order of nature. No, nature only makes like this. Nature makes a huge diversity. Diversity is a norm in nature. You won't find 2 flowers, 2 leaves exactly the same. Even 2 twins won't be exactly the same. So diversity is the norm. Gender identity also develops. It has a strong biological component, so that children as young as 3 or 4 will start saying, if they're born with a female body but they feel that they are a male inside, a man inside, a boy inside, they may say things like, when will I become a boy? I've been combing my hair like this, I've been wearing shorts and a shirt, when will I become a boy? Or a male child may say, I've been putting the lipstick, I've been wearing frocks, when will I become a girl? Who is teaching this 3-4-year-old? There is nothing in the family. There are no, precedents in the family. There is nothing. It is an inner sense. Now we can try and suppress that sense. It doesn't help. Many a time when the sense is very strong, the children just leave home, run away. And then they join the Hijra community and other communities. Why are these communities existing in society? Each person with the diverse sexuality or gender identity was born in some family. They have their mother, they have their father, they have their siblings, they were driven out. A boy told me he had grown up, but he said, when I was in my 8th class, I had to leave home because I had a diverse gender sense, and my parents would strip me naked and beat me and say, see what genitals you have. Why do you say you are a girl inside? See what you have. Finally, he couldn't bear it anymore, so he ran away. Now, where does an 8th grade child go if they run away from home? Obviously, join a Hijra community. Life is not easy. No friends, no family, no school, no job. What do? Beg? Go on the roads? Do sex work? Nobody would give you a job. So many adults have told us that they were driven out of their corporates, or they were sexually assaulted when they worked in a house, or when they opened a sabzi, vegetable vending shop. Nobody would buy from them. So we had to bring in the Rights of the Transgender Persons Act. The discrimination was so bad. What gives me the right? Just because I am heterosexual, just because I am cisgender, my genitals match the sense that nature gave me, just because of that I can stand up and push everybody else down, call them lesser human beings, or call it the influence of the West? No. If we would just pause to read, to understand, to accept, and not try and do better than nature has, it's in its design of diversity is where our strengths lie. That's how we survive, because of the diversity. Right? So that is what comprehensive sexuality is about. Another point that I notice is that some people are saying that comprehensive sexuality education, CSE, is teaching children that you have a right to sex. No. No. Children have a right to information about their sexual organs, about the sexual organs of other people, about how sex happens, not do it. No. They have the right to understand how sex happens, how pregnancies happen, how children are born, how there are contraceptives, how there are other measures to prevent infections and unwanted pregnancies. They have a right to this information. See, as the child grows and they enter puberty, the body itself will increase the curiosity about the sexual act, because sexual act is not instinctive. You have to either see it, hear it, talk about it, learn about it somehow. So the body is like, find out about how sex happens. That is what is going on. And earlier they only had some books or magazines that they could access, with the parents not talking about it or the school not talking about it. And now you have the internet. They're going to porn sites. They are going to various kinds of influencers and listening to them. They are listening to various kinds of videos on the internet, on the social media. What we need to check is, and this is something that we help children understand, use critical thinking. Who is speaking? What gives them the authority to speak? What have they studied? I have studied gynecology. Okay? Then what are the values I am putting forth? Now, in these values, am I denying somebody the right to be themselves? Am I forcing something down somebody's throat? What am I doing? So check the validity, the authenticity. How is it? Because a lot of misinformation is going around. So all of this is something that we talk about. And if schools don't initiate it, if homes don't initiate it, you have the whole wide world talking about it otherwise. From the movies and the songs and the advertisements and the internet now. So it is time that we promoted sexuality education, value-based, age-appropriate, something that is rooted in our culture. It has to be culturally relevant, address the problems in our culture. This misinformation, this silence, this stigma is being utilized by some people to abuse the child. A 3-year-old, uncle sitting in front of the parents with the child, next to the child, his hand is behind the child. Where has it gone? into the panty and touching the genitals of the child. Now, if the 3-year-old child knew, if the child had been told that these organs are not to be touched by other people except when you need help or, for safety reasons, nobody should touch them, then the child would have told the parents or would have told the uncle, hey, why are you touching me here? Right? So, misinformation, ignorance never helps. Information is empowering. So when we see diversity, when we come across an idea that is contrary to what has been told to me, I can look at it with curiosity, try and get to understand it. Even though I may not agree with it, can I accept it? Can I accept another person's right to exist on this world, on this earth, as much as I have? We are all equally human. People of all sexes, all genders are equally human, and we can learn to live in harmony with respect.